know what the kick in the pants is about this new thought spirituality, especially when you come into it, is a message like that. And it's, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? All the time I've had this, and I've been struggling since I was how big? And still, knowing that I have it all the time, I will fight it. Because I'm trying to make the old misery pay off. Who here has invested in misery? Exactly. Invested in sadness. Invested in lack. You bought stock in it. And what's the stock? How do you know you're buying stock? When you have a conversation with your friends about lack. I'm not saying when you come to me for counseling and we talk and we look for a way through. We're talking about when all day, oh, I wish I'd win the lottery. Oh, I wish I'd win the lottery. Oh, I wish. Do you know how high gas prices are? Do you know how high the groceries are? That's an investment in lack. It's one thing to notice the price and notice the feeling. It's another thing to justify the feeling so that you don't have to feel it. I remember years ago there were two individuals, both who have moved away, were having a conversation about their childhood and the misery of it all. And finally one told me later, she thought, you know what, I'm going to let you win this one. I don't want to have the most miserable childhood. It's one of the things in the 12-step rooms. A lot of times we're comparing stories on who had the worst. the worst, who has the worst story. I don't want the worst story. There's a promise that tells me I can have the best story because I can use my whole story to help others. So there is no worst story unless you're investing in a justification of your misery. And we use terms like shutting God out, when in truth we can't. God cannot be absent. Now, I like to think of God. I do break it down because the personality of God doesn't work for me anymore, and I very frequently break God down into good, orderly direction. And there is never a time that good, orderly direction is not at work. There are times that good sense is not at work, but not good orderly direction. Good orderly direction is the law. And life is always playing out exactly according to my consciousness right now. I called today's talk, Spirit Does What Spirit Is. Because we're on the last chapter of our book, the last chapter of our red book. Of search for God. And you don't have to look far to find God. Just look at your life and see exactly how it plays out and what you think of it. Because what you think of it will make more of it. Congratulations. See, we invest with our thoughts, and thoughts held in mind produce after their kind. It is the law. And so, if I invest in this thought, I'm going to reap the benefits by having more of those thoughts. And if I like these benefits, then I should keep investing. If I don't, then perhaps I need to sell short on this investment and invest in something new. And some would say, well, I don't know what to invest in. I say, well, come to Unity and find out. Go within and find out. Get into your journal and find out. Spirit, if I want to have these thoughts, what thoughts do I need? I need one thought to break the pattern. Just one. And Spirit will tell you, the highest voice, that's what Spirit is, will tell you good orderly direction, will tell you. When I learned about good orderly direction, because when early in my healing, I thought, God, I'm waiting for God to do something, God to intervene, God the person to intervene and get in the way of my misery, so that I didn't have to be miserable anymore. And oh God, please, I hurt so much, please heal me. And what I would see is a little bit of willingness somewhere. But when I heard about good orderly direction, I thought, well, what's good orderly direction today? Wake up. Get out of bed. Brush your teeth. Then the rest of the day is fair game in many ways. Okay, so now I've got the essentials done for first thing in the morning. Pray. Give thanks. Perhaps read something. Meditate. Call someone who's living a better life than you and find out how they're doing it. Yeah, if it's go to work, if it's go to play, if it's whatever it is, good orderly direction is just one foot in front of the other, doing what ought to be done by you, even at 94. Doing what ought to be done by you today. And so this chapter on spirit talks about, at the beginning it says, spirit is first cause, the essence of creative power, the source of light, and the motivating influence of all life. It is God. And so, and then I look down here and it says, let us not be confused by terms. What are the relationships among such terms as the spirit of the times, the spirit of the age, the spirit of America, the spirit of the 76, the spirit of the pioneer? And I thought, well, it's the essence of all those. When we say the spirit of something, it is the essence, the creative essence within each event, within each thought. The creative essence. That's what spirit is. It says, it has been given that there is one spirit. All manifestations of life in any plane of consciousness are crystallizations by spirit. Oh, I thought, oh, that's very interesting there. And we go over here in the beginning. It says, God created us in his image. Spiritual beings with souls, minds, and wills. And that's still good orderly direction. That's not a person with Play-Doh. That is still a form of good orderly direction. Whether I understand that yet or not, work with me on this, work with yourself on this, so that you may experience the freedom of not being bound to some old man or some old woman who's waiting to give you your good when you behave. So it says, in all states of consciousness, there are opportunities for the expression of these. Of soul, mind, and will. And it says here, error came into existence before the earth, the heavens or space were created. Using free will, expressing selfish desire, spiritual beings or souls separated themselves from a consciousness of oneness with creative will. Life in material bodies is the reflection of this separation in this state of consciousness. It says, through the law of love, God prepared a way back for all humankind. And what it's a way back to? It's not a way back to a person. It's a way back into the consciousness of oneness. You see, I can have another thought. I can go within to the kingdom. We can take a lot of religious, basically Christian terms from the Bible and use them practically in order to awaken to oneness, if you want to. And that's what you have to look at. I have to look at, do I want to awaken to oneness? Do I want to go back to the oneness, or am I just want to go partway back? Well, I'd like to know I'm one in some areas, but other places I'm happy knowing I'm separate. When I got a good grudge, when I want to have a big elaborate dinner, when I want to experience guilt here, I can do all that. My oneness. Let's see, where would I like to know oneness? When somebody's yelling at me, maybe. When I'm afraid, I'd like to know oneness then. But even then, I have to look at it and say, well, what's the charge I get from fear? What is the charge? And if I believed I were safe to look at that, then I am safe to have the charge of fear, and I can use it to benefit all. I can use it in love. I can use it as a soul experience rather than something to be ashamed or guilty of or think it's wrong. So if we just put down the word wrong and bad and all that stuff, then we're safe to look at everything. We're safe to hear a higher voice that may tell us what this is really can be used for. When I put down those inaccurate descriptions. It says here, the children of God became the children of men as they sought selfish expression into the earth plane. They pushed themselves into matter, upsetting existent patterns of evolution going on in the earth. First, as forces seeking expression through the natural elements of mineral, plant, and animal life. Then, as hardened thought forms molded after the pattern of animal life. And it says they lost the consciousness of their divine origin. There was chaos. The darkness which existed is beyond the comprehension of the finite mind. The earth plane was only a three-dimensional point of expression for the chaotic state which existed. And then God's projection out of this mire of selfish thought, this morass of illusion, God prepared a way through the law of love. Through the law of love. And he said, let there be light. Now, what is light? Except what I offer in the prayer segment just before Kenneth's solo. I'm offering light. That we together can see things in a different way. Can see things in a new way. You know, it's not my ego up here telling you what the response to your question. I'm here as an available channel. To one who can be spoken through. Because you see, I have no agenda on what goes on with any one of us in this, maybe myself, but with any of you in this room. No agenda at all with how you feel when you leave here today. I have hopes, but I have no agenda. It is not vital to, I hope they're okay. Oh, geez, I hope Steve's okay when he leaves here. And Gloria and everybody. Oh, geez, I hope I got through to them and that they're okay and they're. We would hate each other very quickly if that were the case, because I might be calling you up on the phone. How'd it go today? Did you get the message? Did you? Did that happen for you? Because I worry. I worry about you. Don't you want a minister who worries? Don't you want the spiritual leader of this place to be a worrier? And but to be a channel. And that's what each and every one of us are, is a channel. A channel to awaken us all to the oneness that is. A channel. I am a channel of light today. I'm a channel of light. And how do I know I can be one? Because all the time, all the time, the voice is flowing through me and as me. All the time. I've had my good all the time. And so, if I'm home tonight and I'm alone, and I have a thought that I'm all alone, and I could say, but it's not possible to be all alone. It's just not possible. Oh, but I'm upset. It's not possible to be upset in truth. It's not possible to be poor in reality. It's not possible. So you see, all the time I had a divine idea. All the time I had peace. All the time I had wisdom. All the time I had the presence of God. I had the power that God is. I had the strength that God is. All the time I had wisdom, really? I had understanding all the time? Yes, all the time. And not only did I have it now. It is within me to know. In this very place, I know the truth. If you think of your body as a room, and in the room is everything you need. Inside your room, your holy, holy space, your room could be your bedroom, it could be your chapel, it could be your living room, whatever room you like to think of, call your body. But in this room, I have everything I need. Somewhere in the room. Now granted, it can be like your keys, you know that you're in here. but you can't find them. And so you have to get your beeper out, where the key's located, where's that book located, where's that whatever located in the room. But in this room, imagine this visual you can have for yourself. My room is big enough to hold everything I need. My room holds a grand singing voice. My room has all the books I need on wealth and stewardship. My room has a harmony corner. My room has a peace altar. My room has a playpen. My room has toys. My room has friends in it. There's a great game table in my room. There's room in my room for all that I need. Who here can appreciate this visualization? Who here can use this? Who here is willing to use this? That my body is a room. Good. Some of you are willing to play with this. See, it's these kind of games that get us, that can take a really, really unattractive day and turn it into a world of possibility. But my room has room for everything I need. Those of you who care to, would you say that with me? My room has room for everything I need. Say it again. My room has room for everything I need. And one more time. My room has room for everything I need. And so it is.